Hi guys, I'm Jess from JM Fitness. We're here with Paul from Paddo Performance, the director and head physio. He's being a strength coach for a long time now, and he's got a few things to say about the squat. What are we going to talk to the audience about today?
So basically we're going to go through and cue how to correctly execute a low bar squat, and the reasons why I prefer a low bar squat to any other squat.
All right, let's go.
So basically, before we like to squat, or before I like to teach my athletes how to squat, I get them doing a range of mobility drills and activation drills just to ensure that we're moving correctly under a barbell. So before we get under the weight, I'll ensure that the client has got, we've maximized the mobility. So I want the hips nice and mobile beforehand. So as you can see, Jess should be doing some hip swings. So this is just putting the hip joint through full range of motion and essentially just getting it ready to do some work. You'll see front and back and side to side as well. So once Jess is done with her hip mobility drills, I then like to activate some muscles. So we mobilize, then activate. So some of the muscles that I like to get firing before our squat are our glutes. So you'll see Jess here putting the band on. You can put the band on above the knees or below the knees, it doesn't really matter. I find that we still get that activation through the hips. You'll see her going side to side, ensuring that the band doesn't whip her back. So nice controlled small steps. Once we've activated our glutes, then we still haven't earned the right to put a barbell on our back. I'll get Jess to show me an unloaded body weight squat. So we'll hold on to the rack. So in this position here, we essentially are just getting comfortable at the bottom of the squat. So you'll see just half the weight is being taken by the pole here, just sitting back into that squat, pushing her knees out and mobilizing her ankles by shifting her weight left and right over her toes. Okay? Now Jess is ready to perform a body weight squat. With our body weight squat, let's run through the cues as if we're squatting with heavy weight. So feet, let's work from the ground up. So feet position. Where do our feet go? Basically, with our squat, we want to allow enough room for our hips to sit back into our squat, okay? So if our feet are too narrow, we're gonna find that as we descend into our squat, our lower back might need to take over and compensate, okay? So I like to make sure that our feet are wide enough to allow our hips to come back as we sit, and also with our toes pointing out, okay? Reason being, so the knees contract with the toes, okay? So hands across your chest for me. Okay, we want to take a massive breath into our stomach. Beautiful. Okay, so we initiate with our hips, opening the floor up, pushing the knees out, and come up. Beautiful. So on the eccentric, the most important thing is we want to keep as many muscles on. All right. So the cue, big breath into our stomach, activate that core. Now, as the hips come back, we start pushing the knees out. Good. Nice, slow eccentric. Okay. If we just drop down into our squat, chances of having all those muscles available to come back up is less. No dive bombing, okay? So big breath in, control the eccentric. Good, push the knees out, control, and then hit it. Perfect. Good. Also, most important thing as well, upper back. Ensuring that our upper back, we keep our chest up as we come down into our squat, okay? So we'll do one more set of 3 for me. Big breath into your stomach. Chest up, hips back, knees out, up. Good. 2 more. Big breath into the stomach, hips back, push the knees out, control the eccentric and chest up. Good. 1 more. And chest up. Beautiful. Now that we've mobilized our hips, we've activated all the right muscles for our squat, and we've practiced our full range squat position and we're comfortable into our squat, we've earned the right to put a bit of weight on our back. So what's the first thing we do when we squat? We grab the barbell. Now, where do our hands go on the barbell? Our hands go as close as our shoulder mobility allows. So if we put our hands too close, it's going to inhibit our ability to get under that barbell. If we put our hands too wide, we're not going to be able to create as much tension and activate as many muscles to support that weight on our back. So in Jess's case, she's got really good shoulder mobility, so she can get her hands quite close. Okay, and you can see here, she's placed that barbell just above the rear delts on that nice shelf. Now to create that shelf, that's muscles on. So to turn those muscles on of the upper back, we want to use the cues shoulders back and down, okay? So the down component, we've got the lats on, and the back component, we've got all these upper back muscles on, okay? Now also to note the wrists, I don't want a lot of weight going through those wrists or extending into those wrists. So here we've given those wrists enough room and we've got enough muscles on to alleviate the pressure in those wrists, okay? There's a few things I like to also cue when we walk the weight out. So if you think about it, if we've got a heavy weight on our back, I want to ensure that every single time we walk that weight out, it's the same process, okay? So some of the things I'm looking for is consistency with the unrack, okay? So we've got a nice strong upper back in this position. We've braced our core. First things first, we stand up tall, okay? Now, you'll notice Jess's feet position here. They're quite close together. Reason I like that is because it gives us room to step out. If we have wide feet on the unrack, we'll have to rotate as we step back, okay? In this position, Jess can stand up tall. She can take one step straight back, either foot, and then with the opposing foot, wide, and then adjust, okay? So it's quite a smooth, fluent unrack position. Feet wide enough to allow the hips to sit back into the squat, toes slightly pointed out, massive breath into the core, chest up, hips, knees out, chest. Beautiful squat. Also in this position, we're looking at the bar path of the squat. So we can see Jess is maintaining a nice bar path through that midfoot. You can track the barbell cutting through the midfoot. Nice and strong core, hips back, knees out, chest up. The whole time maintaining that upper back and chest up. Excellent.
Why would someone choose a low bar barbell back squat as opposed to a different kind of squat? What's the benefit?
So there's more emphasis on a low bar squat with our glutes and our posterior chain, essentially the muscles of our back and our hips. So whereas other squats like our front squat or our high bar squat target more the quadriceps, there's more of an angle, there's more demands at the knee joint to allow us to maintain an upright position, whereas with our low bar squat, we initiate through the hips more, and there's more emphasis going through the glutes, the hamstrings, and essentially the back muscles as well. And it's a squat that allows us, in most cases, to move more weight, so it can yield more strength results as well.
So would you say the low bar squat has more than one benefit? It's also a benefit for people that are looking to get stronger, like lift more weight on the bar, and then also for a lot of these competitors that are looking to build up their glutes and lower bodies?
Yes, correct. I believe the low bar squat is probably the most superior squat there is, the one that allows us to move the most weight safely. There's less demand, less vertical pressure going through the spine. A lot of people that I myself treat with lower back injuries as well find it more comfortable than a high bar squat. Also that the demands that it places through the hips are greater, so we've got more muscles of the posterior working. So yeah, I find it's probably the superior squat when it comes to building strength and also building muscle in the hips, glutes and back.
More bang for your buck.
Correct.